Alfred Klaus wins a dominant race here at Spain as Jesper Johansson with an absolute masterclass wins the first ever Mexican Grand Prix. Dennis Graf wins the German Grand Prix. But oh no, they make contact. Arnold and Patel are both off. Belgian Grand Prix as it is going to be win number 3 for Alfred Klaus, and what a drive from the Swedish man, and he's going to cross the line to win here in Portugal. Contact and the two, I think that's Johansson and Klaus are off, but Jesper Johansson wins for the first time in 2000. And welcome back to the Assetto Corsa F1 Championship, here for the final round of the 2018 ACOC season at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. My name is Miran Evji in the commentary booth today, and joining me for this very special occasion is none other than Kai. Good afternoon to you, and yes, hello.
Yeah, good afternoon to you as well. It has been a very long season of a very intense fight, as the intro that we have just seen showed. It gave me a bit of a goosebumps, I have to say. But yeah, this is it. This is the season finale, and I don't believe we're here already.
I definitely must say that I have to agree with you. It's been such a long season, and we've seen so many great moments as that intro did capture. We've had everything, and we've had such a close championship fight, and it's going down to the wire here at Interlagos. We've got 20 minutes of qualifying ahead of us, and then 31 laps of the race, where Jesper Johansson, Alfred Klaus, and Dennis Graf will fight it out for glories. But before we get underway with qualifying, then let's go through the track. So the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache, then, better known as Interlagos, located in the city of Sao Paulo. The circuit was first opened in 1940, making it pretty old, and one of the more older tracks on the Formula 1 calendar. This plot of land was originally meant for housing, but then it was built as a racetrack instead due to economic troubles. And yeah, it is a very, very interesting circuit. Obviously, there's so much history to this circuit. We've seen so many great championship deciders here, and now the ACOC comes here to have a championship decider. But yeah, bit of track details then. So 4.309 kilometers of track length, 15 turns, and a race lap record in real life is a 1 minute 10.5 set in 2018, real life then. So yeah, it depends on how fast we'll see the drivers today on yeah, you know. But yeah, it is a very tense championship fight, don't you think, Kai?
Yeah, I mean, the top three all separated by, if my maths are not wrong, 12.5 points, which is, it is, to me, insane. I haven't seen a season and a championship finale like this in quite some time when it comes to the offline championship side of things, considering I also own a league of mine. So yeah, this is a very nice surprise, and it's definitely going to make this race have this special feeling. It's always nice when a championship ends on the final race, where you have multiple possibilities. I mean, we have a little document here which details every single possibility for every driver in contention today, when they can win the title or not, and it really shows how volatile this finale can be.
Yeah, definitely. There's so many different outcomes today. Graf, Johansson, and Klaus can all take it home today, and there's so many different possibilities today. Obviously, Graf and Johansson are all separated by 3.5 points. I think it is. If I do remember,
2.5.
2.5. So it's even closer. But there is Dennis Graf actually. He's taken pole from Alex Arnold there in P2, his fellow countryman, as Miran Evji is P3. The question is, there's Alfred Klaus in P4 as well. Jesper Johansson puts himself up into P2, just 200ths of a second, as we have all the times pouring in at the moment. Would you say that you have any predictions of yourself with how the qualifying and the race is gonna pan out?
I would really like to say who would I want to get pole and win, but commentator curse sadly exists, and I don't want to be the one to be put the blame on. But I have to say, I think we might be getting a surprise in qualifying within the top 10. As for the race, I think we will see a surprise on the podium. That's my take. I'm not throwing any names, just so I don't curse anyone. What about you?
Oh, well, I mean, it's the same for me. Obviously, the commentators curse. Yeah, you don't want to throw out any names to say specifically who's going to get the victory. But if I had to pick someone for the championship, let's just say a two-time champion maybe crowned today at Interlagos. But we'll see. I think Johansson could take it home, so could Klaus, so could Graf. It's anyone's game today. And there are so many overtaking opportunities into on this track. I think the first few corners, Sana SS, down to Curva do Sol, turn 3, and then the Seat of the Lago, turn 4 and turn 5. And you can carry battles all the way on to, turn 10. So there's so many different opportunities to make a pass on this circuit that really leave it wide for action and suspense. So I think we're going to be treated to a great race today, and it is definitely going to be close. So we're going to see Alfred Klaus cross the line then, as he can't improve. P6 he is currently, just behind Thomas Manders in the Renault. He's doing pretty well in P5 at the moment. Same goes for Milka Singh in the Alfa Romeo Sauber, P7 for him at the moment. But that's all the 20 times then on the board with 14 minutes remaining. It is Dennis Graf currently holding provisional pole from Jesper Johansson in P2, and then Alex Arnold in P3, then it's Evgen in P4 and Mandic in P5. So that is the top 5 at the moment. Do you think we're going to see any big changes in qualifying, Kai, or do you think things are just going to stay as they are at the moment?
Well, it's hard to say. Within the midfield there always will be some dramatic changes, because it is a midfield, it's rather close. Currently I'm kind of surprised by the performance of Scholger in P8 in the Toro Rosso. That's a pretty decent qualifying position for him. Definitely will benefit the team if he manages to keep that position as the race ends after the qualifying and all that. But maybe we will see the racing points improve slightly, but I think that is it. As then we can see Glasset going up into P4. That's a very good qualifying for position currently for the Renault driver.
Yeah, the Renaults really do. They are really good in qualifying, like they've been that through the entire season. Wojtek Kulasek going P4 ahead of Miran Evji there, as we can see Jesper Johansson there in sector 1, 5,000th of a second up on Dennis Graf's pole time here. So very close margins then in qualifying, but we don't know if that's going to be an improvement, as we see Johansson heading through turn 8 now, and then on to turn 9. Pinheiro that is Brazilian for Little Pine Tree, as I think someone told me this actually. On the outside of turn 9, just next to the track barriers, there is actually a little pine tree. That's where it got its name. But we're going to see as Johansson heads to Junsao there in Sector 2, you can see it's just about 800 per second off. Ruslan Prozic goes P4. Great lap time from him. As Rail Patel goes P8. We're going to see Jesper Johansson though, so he's going to cross the line now. Can he take pole from Dennis Groff? No, he can't. So he really did not have a good Sector 3 there. We're going to see Milka Singh, the Indian driver, as he's next to cross the line. Will Singh improve as he's P10 at the moment. Alfred Klaus, though, he's fallen down to P9 as Rail Patel and Ruslan Prozic have both gotten into the points. Prozic in P4, we all know he's a great qualifier. He's really proven himself this season. Shame, though, that he's retiring for 2019. We'll all miss Ruslan, and we wish him well for his final race in the ACOC.
Yeah, that is certain. People sometimes just come and go, but considering currently he's in 4th in a Haas, there are a lot of promises here. Who knows? Maybe this is the surprise I was talking about when I spoke about the podium. Who knows? When you're going out, why not as well go out with a stunning performance?
Yeah, Prozic has provided us with a lot of stunning performances. He could definitely do it now. Let's see if he's going to cross the line, though. Can't improve. Well, it is a pretty good lap time from Prozic, so I think it does not need any improvement. Let's see Jesper Johansson then, as he's going to set yet another lap time. We're going to see where the Swede goes as he stays P2. Miran Evji's on the lap time here. I think there's probably a car ahead of him. Yeah, that's the Alfa Romeo Sauber. I think it's that Lewis McIntyre, maybe. Yeah, that is McIntyre. Singh is just rounding the first few corners. Yeah, Prozic, last time he started P4, he got a podium, which was in Azerbaijan. So could we see the same happening again, maybe?
History likes to repeat itself. So yeah, I think there is certainly an opportunity. Also, one thing I noticed with Johansson on his lap, he was very good in Sector 1. Well, 5,000 is not too much, but that still shows that he has a bit more pace than Graf there. But through Sectors 2 and 3, the Mercedes of his just didn't seem to have enough power. He seems to lose at least 1 to 2 tenths there. So, could it be a performance of the car issue? Maybe it's just the wrong setup.
Well, that could definitely be a possibility, actually. Obviously, the Ferrari is a bit more tailored to the straights. That Ferrari engine is probably the best engine out there at the moment, and the Mercedes engine, while still a pretty good engine, is it can't really match the straight line speed of the Ferraris. But it is clear that Johansson is quite a bit more faster through Sector 1 than Sectors 2 and 3. As Dennis Groff did actually set an improvement while we were talking about Johansson. A 1:11.506 that sees him go a tenth faster than his original lap time. So Groff further extends his advantage over the rest of the field as he goes a tenth faster. Let's see as he's actually going to finish this lap. Let's see if the Weltmeister can improve as he's going to cross the line. It is no improvement, so but we'll see if the others will be able to take a shot at pole. Johansson has obviously been pounding around the track trying to improve. Alex Arnold, he's just kind of stayed put in P3 as Miran Evji was able to get into P4, so he's gone past Ruslan Prozic there. But Alfred Klaus, crucially, is down in P9. What do you think has happened to him?
I don't know. Maybe Red Bull screwed the setup up. Maybe it's not the top of the game at the moment. Maybe they're trying to tweak the settings, maybe even trying to save the car for the race. I don't know, but this is very weird. Same with Patel over here, who's down in 18th. It's a really weird situation for Red Bull, who still, mind you, have a shot at the Constructors' title. It will be a hard task to do, but if both of the Ferraris and Mercedes crash out or just don't score points and they get a 1-2, they get the title. So it's still not out of the blue for them to win, albeit they need absolute dream luck over here, but it is possible. So I'm just weirded out by what Red Bull is doing over here.
Oh dear, that is Mohamed Patel down all the way in P18 as the Williams of Zasnishka has even out-qualified him. So I don't know, it seems to be just a bit of a nightmare for the Red Bulls at the moment, considering that one of their drivers can clinch the driver's title, and Red Bull, as you did say, can clinch the constructor's crown. But we'll see if Klaus and Patel are going to get off their back feet and be able to set a good lap time. Let's see Patel though, as he is going to cross the line. Let's see where he goes. No, he stays. Yeah, there is definitely something off with the performance of the Red Bulls today. But I guess nobody outside of the Austrian outfit knows.
Albeit Klaus has improved a bit, only 2/10 off of Graft as Teresia improves into P8. Let's see what the Rebel driver will do here across the line. He improves into 4th, so I think we have motivated the team to do better. Klaus finally picking up the pace.
Yeah, that is good. He gets himself into the 111s as well. He and the two Germans of Graf, Arnold, and then Johansson are the only ones in the 111 club, as I'd like to call it, with Thomas Mandic just barely scratching the 112.0 there. Same with FG and then Protsyuk, who are all separated by only hundreds of seconds. So that is very, very close. And I must say, Mandic is doing really, really well in qualifying, especially that he's putting the pressure on some really big names here. I mean, Miran FG as well, beating him out. And FG's a 2-time race winner this season, so he's been doing really well. As Klaus was able to get off the back foot there, so that is pretty good, but we don't know if the same will be for Patel as he's into the pits. But yeah, 5 minutes remaining in qualifying. Is Graf going to be able to keep that pole position, may I wonder, or is someone else going to dethrone him off the final pole of the season?
You know, considering it is 5 minutes left, that's plenty of time. That's basically 5, maybe 4 laps you can squeeze in. Here we go. Arnold is improving 48 thousandths of a second. Here we go. Let's see if this will be the pole lap. But I think with 4.5 minutes to go, you can still see a lot of shuffling in the team, as one of the drivers in the midfield has improved.
Yeah, we actually saw 2 improvements there. That was Emis Parachki, who got himself up from last place all the way to P9, as Victor Albom in the Haas goes P12. Obviously, wherever Victor goes, he will have, or if he does stay at Haas, he will have a new teammate. So we'll see where he goes. I think the transfers for 2019 are a complete shot in the dark at the moment, with so many great performers. We'll see where they all go. But let's see Alex Arnold then, as
he was 1/10 up. Sorry to cut in. This is probably a shot at the pole from the Mercedes team. Let's see across the line. Will it be pole position? It is currently.
And that is a great lap time from Alexander Arnold, as he goes almost a tenth faster than his fellow countryman Dennis Graf. And that is the Mercedes pole. Let's see if Alfred Klaus can improve. No, he stays P4 at the moment. But Arnold really has proven himself in qualifying. He has, I believe, the most poles out of any driver in his first ever season for Mercedes. He has done really well, in my opinion, and he's really proven himself. And he's proven his worth to the big teams up at the top. 3 minutes remaining then. Graf has just coming out of the pits, actually. I was just going to say it was in the pits. He's just coming out at the moment. So everyone in the top 6 out on track trying to push for pole. Actually, maybe not Thomas Mandic, but
who knows? If he gets a toe, then it's possible.
Actually, maybe. I mean, maybe. Who knows?
Also, I have a question to you, Miran. Do you think that it's worse when you're, fighting for a title to start, closer to the midfield? Maybe it's worse to start, on the higher positions, like the front row. Because when I thought of it, when you're on the front row, there is always the pressure of messing up your start and getting swallowed up by the field. But when you're starting a bit further back, closer to that midfield, there's always that clutter that can happen next to you. So what do you think?
That is actually a very good question. I mean, both have really little to no room for errors. I mean, as you said, you're gonna have more pressure when you start at the front, because everyone's gonna be watching you, and then you're gonna have the chance for the race lead. So it's basically all or nothing there. If you screw up your start, then everyone's just gonna go past you. And then if you start in midfield, you're gonna have quite a lot of people to clear. As there's Miran Evji goes P3, but as look at that, Jesper Johansson. He's taking pole from Alexander Arnold, so it's a Mercedes 1-2 at the moment, and that is a pretty good lap time.
Yeah, and Patel also improves into 5th.
So a lot of improvements then. Mohamed Patel has been able to get himself out of P19. He's up into P5 now, but Jesper Johansson from Sweden has got himself onto the P1 spot, as he's taken pole from Alexander Arnold, his teammate, by a 1/10 of a second with 1 minute remaining. Do you think we're actually going to see that time being topped?
Yeah, I think, look at Graf, he's going to have Toe from the Alfa Romeo ahead of him, using the RS as well, so I think Graf will be, on the advantage here, but let's see what will happen as the other Patel improves up into 7th, the RS open for Graf. Is it going to be a challenge at pole position? No!
Oh.
He improves into 2nd with 46 thousandths. He loses it at the moment. It is Johansson still on pole.
And that is, we are seeing really, really close margins, as Dennis Graf is giving it all to take pole position from his championship rival Jesper Johansson. Alfred Klaus is into the pits, so is Miran Evji, both of them not able to improve. Remember, Alfred Klaus has to win with Graf P4, Johansson P3 if he wants to take the championship, and that is the best scenario. And he's currently P6, so maybe if Klaus has, I don't know, maybe if it's a great start and a great race. Currently it is looking quite improbable for Klaus to win the championship, but the checker flag is now out. Is Graf being held up by...
He is, yeah, look, he lost the whole second.
Oh dear, and that is really not good for Dennis Graf. And that has completely ruined all of his chances of taking pole. But I think Johansson is traffic as well. Is that the Williams?
I think it's Arnold with traffic. Johansson is an absolutely clean air, but he's not improving either.
I think Johansson might be safe for now. At least he knows that Graf won't be able to get ahead of him. But the question is, he probably doesn't want another Ferrari to get ahead of him, because Miran Evji... No, Evji's in the pits, sorry. Patel maybe could be on a lap. Let's see Johansson, though, as he does not improve.
Yeah, Arnold will not improve either.
Yeah, he won't. I think he should probably abort this lap, but I think he might finish it, though. Yeah, there it goes. That's the Williams of, I think that was Suto, I don't know. No, that was Osnishkai who improved. Lewis McIntyre, I just realized, is P8 for Alfa Romeo Sauber. He's done pretty good, as he is 8th place at the moment. His teammate Milka Singh then, P15, as he's holding up Dennis Graf. Graf must be quite frustrated behind the wheel of that Ferrari, as the time has run out, and it is Jesper Johansson on pole position for the final race here at Brazil. So let's go through the starting grid then before lights out for the one final time in 2018. We'll go 4x4. So I'll start then. It is Jesper Johansson, the super Swede, who is looking set to take the championship as he starts P1. But we don't know what's going to happen to turn 1, obviously, as it's Dennis Graf in P2. Obviously, Johansson and Graf both need to win to take the championship today. So it's Johansson P1, Graf P2, followed by the German Alexander Arnold P3 and Miran Evji in P4. So it's a Mercedes Ferrari first and second row.
Yeah, then we have Mohamed Patel, who, despite a few issues with traffic and probably setup, managed to climb his Red Bull up into P5. Joining him on his row will be his teammate, championship contender Alfred Klaus. I am really curious to see what Red Bull will do, considering one of the drivers that's not in the title fight is ahead of the title fighter. I'm obviously just curious about team orders and how that will play out a role in the championship fight. Following them, we have Rahul Patel. For the Red Bull Toro Rosso team, and he will be joined by Lewis McIntyre in the Alfa Romeo Sauber. A very good performance for both of them, I have to say.
Yeah, really. But following them is Thomas Mandic in P9 for Renault, and then it's Ruslan Procik in P10 who rounds out the points for Haas. Wojtek Kulasek, the Czech driver, is P11 with Balint Zolga in P12.
Then we have Ennis Parachki for McLaren and Kaiser Resnick for Racing Point, Victor Albon for Haas, and Milka Singh for the Alfa Romeo Sauber team.
And then the final 4 spots on the grid is Franco Gamba, P17. Not a very good day for Racing Point, as they've been struggling in qualifying in the last few races. Then we have the 2 Williams of Josef Erik Suto, P18, Lavazas Nishka is P19, and the final spot on the grid will be taken by the McLaren of Linus Temel. So, let's get underway with the race, shall we? For one final time this season, it's Jesper Johansson on pole. But can Graf do anything else? We have 6 lights. And we are on the way for one final time in Brazil. Very good start for Dennis Graf. Then into turn 1. Has he already got the jump of Jesper Johansson? I think he might be headed. The 2 are side by side heading into the center. As Johansson having to defend round the outside from Dennis Graf. Can Johansson hold on the lead as Graf's going to be there on the inside heading into the red zone post? That Johansson holds the lead, but has Graf got the run of him? No, Arnold gets the run on his fellow countryman Dennis Graf as Graf then compromises to try on Jesper Johansson. Arnold tries on Graf into the seat of the Lago. Alfred Klaus is out! What has happened to Alfred Klaus? He's retired from the Brazilian Grand Prix. It's absolute shambles for the Swedish driver. He's out.
He's out in turn 1. He's out in turn 1. It's the Senna S's. He didn't even get to complete a single corner of this race. As we can see, most importantly, McIntyre in 6th. The Mercedes on a 1 and 2. And I think this can help secure them the Constructors' title. Yeah, I think this would be it for Mercedes. I would have to do more maths on that, but look at this. Lewis McIntyre in 6th. But
Suto's off.
Oh, we have another. We just cut away from the McLaren. I think it was the Alfa Romeo spinning out there as well.
What on earth is going on? Alfred Klaus, crucially, it's game over for him in the championship standings. And I think he must be frustrated with that. Here's Ruslan Protic as he's on the back of Rail Patel into the 10 S's. Can Protic do it as he's on the inside of the British driver as they head through the S's? Patel remains ahead as, Suto's out. So that is the second retirement of the session. Only a lap 2 out of 31. But, that is massive as Alfred Klaus is out. It's game over for Red Bull and Klaus in the championship fight, as Johansson leads from Alexander Arnold by 0.6 of a second. Dennis Graf is P3 as Milka Singh and Victor Albon there side by side for P13. I think Singh was able to get Albon. There's Albon's under pressure from Ennis Parachki, the Macedonian, as he goes side by side with the Danish Victor Albon. Can't quite hold on though, as he's got Franco Gamba there just behind him. But what do you make of that start, Kai?
It was absolutely chaotic. I was very surprised by the jump the Mercedes guys got. That was very good and very organized. They pushed Graf into a bit of a mistake on the exit of the Senna S as he ran a bit wide, which allowed Arnold to get the very good run into turn 4. But I have no clue what happened to Klaus. I would be really happy to see, not happy, but I'm really curious to see what happened to him. And we also see one of the Alfa Romeo spin. I think that was Milka Singh. He lost the back end on one of the curbs, entering the final penultimate corner, depending on how you look at it. So, it was very chaotic, but at the moment, as it stands, it is Johansson, I believe, champion.
Yeah, it is looking to swing in the Super Sweets' favour as Jesper Johansson leads from Alexander Arnold, Dennis Graf, Miran Evji, and then Mohamed Patel. But I really cannot go without this race and not mention Lewis McIntyre, who is doing absolutely incredibly in P6 at the moment. He is P6 for Alfa Romeo Sauber. That is going to be a career best finish for McIntyre if he's able to keep that. But we'll see, as McIntyre has got the Toro Rosso Rail Patel behind him, as Johansson is leading quite comfortably. I think it's by about the second now. Johansson, he's really proven himself in these final few races as well. He's really been on another level. I mean, you weren't here for Mexico, obviously, which was the previous race, as he sets yet another fast lap, Jesper Johansson. But he took pole by 0.4 of a second and then won by 10 seconds, which was one of the biggest margins we've ever seen in the ACOC. And now he's looking to take the victory again, but obviously we're only at lap 4 of 31, so I cannot say what's going to happen.
It is hard to say. We're just too early in the race, and obviously there will be strategy involved in the later stages of the race. So
yeah, we'll see. Things like tire management has really played a vital role in the ACOC previously. Obviously, when you're trying to when you're getting close to someone you want to overtake, there's the question if you don't want to push too hard to try and get. Okay, wait. There's the question of if you want to push to try and get past him, but then there's the risk of using your tires up, or maybe trying to be patient and stay behind, and then there's the chance that you might not actually be able to make the overtake and you'll miss the window of opportunity. So as you said, yeah, there is a bit of strategy to this. So we'll see what happens as we see the lap times come in then. Everyone's lapping in the 1:12.6 in the top 3. FG's lapping in the 1:12.9 there. So he is losing time on his teammate Dennis Groff, but I think it is just better if LG stays behind his teammate Groff. He doesn't want to compromise him in the championship standings. Mohamed Patel is in P5. He is the lone Red Bull as Klaus DNF, but yeah, that is absolutely massive. We'll have to, the stewarding team will have to check after the race to see what happened to Klaus in the first corner, but yeah, when we were expecting drama at Interlagos, I don't think we were expecting that really.
yeah, especially in the first few laps, you obviously expect some action, especially since the race just starts. The field is very close together, but for it to pretty much end for one driver instantly is something quite rare.
Yeah, we usually don't see a lot of lap 1 retirements, and it was the worst possible outcome for Alfred Klaus as well. So yeah, it is a shame to see him retire, but the championship fight is still on between Dennis Groff and Jesper Johansson, as Johansson has pulled away from his teammate Alexander Arnold, who's playing rear gunner to Jesper Johansson at the moment. Arnold will try and defend as bravely as possible from the 2017 champion Dennis Groff. But it is Johansson who's going to lead comfortably at the moment, as we are on lap 6 out of 31. Here's Kaj Rezhnia then on the back of the Czech Wojtek Kulasek as we see them head through turn 7 there. But yeah, we'll see if he will be able to get the move done on Kulasek. Let's see the position gains from the start then. Alexander Arnold was actually able to get Dennis Groff there for P2 on the start, as Groff was trying to get Johansson. He was kind of caught napping there, and Arnold saw the opportunity and striked on his fellow compatriot. Lewis McIntyre, though, he's had a great start. He's up 2 places in his Alfa Romeo Sauber, as Ruslan Procek as well went from P10 to P8. Balin Jolgas got himself into the points as well. He's P10 as he started P12. Kaj Rezhnia has gone up 2. Milka Sign's gone up 3. So he's had a very good start as well. Victor Album's gone up 1. Enis Paratsky, not such a good start for him, as he's gone down 2. Franco Gamba is up 1. Lavan Zasnishkai and Linus Timel are both up 2 because of the DNFs of Suto and Klaus up ahead. But very interesting then. McIntyre's up 2. Well, the question is, what happened to Enis Paratsky to make him lose 2 positions? Maybe he was involved in the chaos on lap 1, maybe.
Yeah, I think he was involved in the little accident with one of the Alfa Romeos having the snap that we saw. I believe it was an Alfa Romeo. It could have been also a Haas car that went sideways into. It's not. It is this corner. Yeah, into here on the exit, on this exit curve. One of the cars went sideways, and I think he just got held up on that, trying to avoid a possible collision. But at the moment, Arnold is creating a buffer for Johansson between the current race leader and the defending champion Graf. And FG is also creating this interesting buffer between the top 3 and Patel, which probably will play out a very important role once the pit stop phase comes on.
I should probably mention one thing to you, Kai. As anticlimactic as it does sound, the ACII don't know how to make pit stops, so they're all essentially on zero stop strategies, which is so we just have to rely on overtakes and stuff to get action, as Cherezny is actually looking to make the move on Kulasek. They had a bit of a look there on the Renault, but wasn't able to try it there. I think he's going to have a pretty good shot at trying it in the next few corners, though. Could probably do it there. But, yeah, we usually do get a lot of action at the end of the race as well, so we'll see how it pans out, though. You can't predict a race, obviously, in the ACOC. That's one thing we've known to learn. But, yeah, we'll see now as we see the cars heading down the start-finish straight, and it's Cherezny close enough to try it.
Yeah, he's going to go to the inside, side by side for the Senna S's. It hasn't really worked out for anyone just yet, and yeah, we can see that the outside line through the Senna S's is just too overpowered. The cars don't seem to really be able to overtake each other here.
Yeah, the outside line proving to be far more superior. Good thing from Kulasek though to defend the outside there, so yeah, Cherezny just kind of had to be forced to go on the inside there, but we'll see if he'll try it again though, if he'll be a bit closer next time, as I think it is maybe attracting quite a crowd there, as Milka Singh, Victor Albom and Isparatki have caught up to these guys, so we could see a multi-car battle for P11 here, as Kulasek is losing time to the Toro Rosso Valenjolga there in P10. But let's see then as they round Junsao. Let's see if Cherezny is able to get the run on Kulasek. Obviously Cherezny has that Mercedes engine in the back of the Racing Point, which is quite a bit more superior to the Renault engine. Let's see if he's going to try it. I think he's definitely going to try it at turn 1. Yeah, here he goes again on Kulasek, but I don't think it's going to work this time either. No, it does not. Kulasek remains on the outside line, and Cherezny's actually got quite a poor exit out of there, because here comes Milka Singh on Kai Cherezny as the two go side by side into the Ciudad del Lago. Now Singh on the inside as Cherezny has forced the long way around, having to defend from the Indian driver, both obviously former F2 drivers. Cherezny is going to have the inside into Curva de la Rainha. Singh is ahead of Cherezny, so he's actually done pretty well there, Milka Singh. Pretty opportunistic move from the Indian driver, and that is him up with the P12.
Yeah, that was a beautiful move. Up 4 positions now from his starting one. He's really flying. Milka Singh might honestly get himself into points with that pace. As here we go, Dennis Graf has caught up to Arnold, just 4 tenths behind DRS and Slipstream in use. It might be a move soon, maybe into turn 4, certainly not into turns 1 and 2. But one thing I noticed, when drivers go to the inside, into the Senna S, it compromises the whole run, as we've seen with Cherezny and Graf. So, here we go, Cherezny to the outside this time, trying to get Singh though, sells him a dummy to the inside, maybe outbreaks the Alfa Romeo. Side by side, tries to push Singh wide onto the curbing, but it did not work. And Cherezny is losing so much pace now. He has Albon on the back of him. The Danish driver goes a bit wide to the inside, and it might be an easy overtake from the Haas car as well.
Yeah, let's see this as Victor Albon is going to try to get him. No, he's not actually close enough to try to move. So Cherezny holds P13, but he is really defiant to always try the inside into turn 1. He had the outside line, I think, as you said, I think was trying to sell the dummy on Singh there. But Dennis Graf now is on the back of fellow German Alexander Arnold, as the two are going to scrap it out for P2. Graf is going to have the straight line advantage on that Mercedes, but the question is if Graf is going to be able to catch up to Jesper Johansson in the following laps, if he is able to clear Alex Arnold. Let's see then, as with DRS then down the start finish straight, is Graf close enough to try on Arnold? I don't think he is actually. No, he isn't. He stays back, holds patient, as we'll see if he's able to strike in the following laps. There's Ruslan Protsiuk on Rail Patel. He's going to try it on the outside line of the British driver. Is going to get it down for P7 Protsiuk? Yes, he does. What a smooth move from Protsiuk.
Yeah, it seems like he's listened to me because he picked the outside line. He was very adventurous to go down there, and well, it did work out for him. So it seems that when it comes to turn one, outside is your safest bet. As we go, Manish now on overtaking Shaluga side by side, the Renault and the Red Bull Toro Rosso car. Still side by side into turn 7. I think Manish is going to get them on the outside. No, not really. Shaluga's still there. Shaluga here into the inside into turn 8. Still side by side. Beautiful battle between the two. But it is the Renault works car of Mandic who comes out on top.
Yeah, great battle between Mandic and that's Rail Patel, actually, I just realized. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Either way, either way, that was a very, very good battle between Mandic and Patel, but in the end it was Mandic who came out victorious. Dennis Graf actually looks a bit further away to Alexander Arnold than it was last lap. Could Graf maybe have I think maybe was trying to push to get past Arnold, and maybe he's, I don't know, maybe he's trying to save tires or something, I don't know. But as here's Franco Gamba, look at that, there's him side by side with Enis Paratsky as the two go side by side into turn 1, but he's got the inside line, and yeah, there's got the bad run on outside of center. S. Lamas Zasnishka gonna try it on Gamba now, as he's looking to try the move as they head down the Reto Oposta into the Cida do Lago. Zasnishka on the inside, but he's not close enough to try the move on the racing point. Then Zasnishka did have a look on Gamba, as Zasnishka has got Linus Timel there behind him. Zasnishka obviously the only point scorer of the two Williamses. He scored 1 point in Interlagos, which was probably a very good race for him. But we'll focus on this battle then. Dennis Graf versus Alex Arnold, as Graf, no, it's not close enough.
He's lost even more time. Last lap it was 4 tenths coming into the main straight. This time it was 5 tenths. So he's losing time, and Arnold is doing a phenomenal job, because look at the gap between Johansson and Arnold. It's 1.8 seconds. It's enough that, you know, Graf will not be able to really catch up to Johansson. Arnold is doing the team a favor. Not only is he trying to secure the championship for Mercedes here, he's also pretty much securing the championship for Johansson by holding Graf behind. Albeit Johansson is now starting to lose some time, so who knows, maybe Johansson went to the tyre saving mode, I don't know. But at the moment it seems like Arnold is doing the team player role over here.
Yeah, it could be, but yeah, if we see the hypothetical scenario where Arnold overtakes Johansson for some reason, and then Graf doesn't get past, Johansson will still be champion. Johansson obviously has to win to become champion, so if things finish like this, Johansson is champion. If he gets P2, he'll still be champion. If he's P3, Graf's gonna have to be P4. So essentially, it just has to be ahead of Graf in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, it is currently in favor of Jesper Johansson and Mercedes. But I echo your comment there, Kai. Alexander Arnold is doing a great job for Mercedes at the moment, as he's Franco Gamba on the inside of Enis Paratsky, but he's probably not close enough to try the move. Yep, he's not able to do it.
Yeah, the Racing Points seem to be struggling to overtake a car today, which is, well, quite honestly a bit sad to see. I love the pink liveries they have, so, well, hopefully next season, personal bias over here, but I do love the pink, and I wish they get a bit more successful next season. But yeah, it's a weird thing. Gamba and Ceresnia both have been going for the same moves, and it seems that they, I don't know, I don't want to insult anyone, but they're not learning from the fact that they don't have enough grip on the inside line. As now Arnold 2 seconds behind Johansson, he is really doing Johansson wonders over here.
Yeah, Arnold is really, I mean, yeah, he's doing really well, as I did just previously say. He's intentionally backing Dennis Graf into the others, or the others. There is really no others, as Miran Evji 6.6 seconds behind his teammate, so I quite don't know what Evji's doing, but he's just there, I guess. As Franco Gamba has a bit of a look on Ennis Park, but he's not even close enough to try it into the Senna SS. Could maybe get a good exit out of the Senna SS as they head down the Retto Posta.
He does get a good exit, but I don't think it's the range for a maneuver yet. To be honest, when looking at FG, I think he's doing the smart thing. He's not risking anything at the moment. He has a safe gap to Patel, and he's not, wasting his teammates' time with unnecessary battles or anything. And, if anything happens at the top, completely hypothetically speaking here, right? And something happens in the top three, he's there to secure potential large points for Ferrari so that they, get the Constructors' title. So I think FG is doing as good as a team player job as Arnold is. As here we go, that's a mistake from Schluger, and Kolasek now gets in front of him in the Renault. Very interesting place to overtake a car, but now Scholger is going to get a good run to the inside already, runs the apron there, side by side into turn one. I think this might be a move for Scholger to get. No, Kolasek on the outside, side by side, and it is the Renault driver to take the final point scoring position away from Di Toro Rosso.
That was a very unexpected battle, but that was very, very good between the two. As I think Zolga's actually got a pretty good run on Kulasek there, but no, he was not actually able to try it. But that was a very good battle between Kulasek and Zolga. But it was Kulasek who came out victorious. Obviously, Kulasek is in quite a quite bit better machinery than Zolga.
Something must have happened to FGS. He lost 2 more seconds. He was 8 seconds behind Graf, and now Battelle has gained 1.3 seconds on him. So something must have happened to the Swedish driver, as now the Red Bull might actually be able to overtake FG, and this is not looking good for Ferrari Constructors' Championship-wise.
Yeah, it could turn even worse as Mohamed Patel is now looking poised to strike on Miran FG as he heads into the Senna SS on the inside of the Swedish driver. FG having to go the long way round as Patel's going to be on the inside, but he can't quite do it into the Senna SS as they head through the Curva do Sol. But it's going to be Patel who remains ahead. As look at that, Ruslan Protsiuk is on the back of Lewis McIntyre for P6. I think if you'd ask someone at the beginning of the season if you'd see Protsiuk and McIntyre fighting for P6, they'd probably say no, but here we are. But yeah, it is... Yeah. Okay. But yeah, Lewis McIntyre doing absolutely great in P6. I think he's going to be delighted with that result. And Ruslan Protsiuk is going to try to get that P6 away from McIntyre, as who actually goes a bit wide there. Mandic might be able to throw his hat into the ring with these two, although as we've seen many times, you want to try the move at one specific location to avoid losing time, so it is quite risky to try overtakes around here, but as one man I once commentated with said, you gotta risk it for the biscuit, as Mohamed Patel is gonna go to the inside of FG once again into the Senna SS, but I don't think he's gonna get the move done. Nope, FG remains ahead as Patel remains in P5. He's been really putting the pressure on FG though, as
yeah, I think these moves into turn one might be more of a psychological play on the driver than anything else. Because, you're creeping up on them, you're always trying to push them as wide as possible, trying to push them into a mistake. As here we go, Protsiuk here is trying to overtake McIntyre, but one thing I noticed about Protsiuk, him and Mandic are separated by 1 point in the standings, 7th and 8th, and pretty much they're battling for the title of the best of the rest, because I'm not really counting the Red Bulls as the best of the rest, considering they are still nonetheless at the top. So Protsiuk and Mandic currently, if it were to finish like this, Protsiuk could overtake the Renault driver and would take the P7 spot away from him.
Yeah, it is still, we're obviously the main talking point of this race is probably the championship fight up at the top, but yeah, there's obviously still a championship fight in the midfield going on, so good thing that you brought that up as well. As Mohamed Patel does not try into FG this time, so he stays behind. Maybe he's looking to make a move into the Silla do Lago. Let's see though, as they head into Curva do Sol.
He's definitely got a better run than FG over here. FG now 10 seconds behind his teammate. Here we go. Patel in the slipstream. Doesn't go for a move just yet, though, which is, in my opinion, a bit of a wasted opportunity. Prochuk also behind McIntyre. Doesn't decide to make a maneuver over here. A bit too far back. But yeah, we'll see as the race winds down slowly. We're on lap 20 out of 31. This race has flown by, I have to say.
Yeah, it really has. Jesper Johansson has led every lap so far. And Dennis Straw started P2, but he's now down to P3 as it's a Mercedes 1-2 at the moment. But question is what FG is doing, because he's terribly slow at the moment.
I have no idea. Also, Johansson seems to be slowing down a bit. The gap between him and Arnold now is just 1.3 seconds on average. So Arnold is catching up to his teammate. He has Graf behind. And here we go, Patel to the inside of FG. Side by side again. It is going to be the outside line, which is the better one over here. Patel is just putting the pressure on the Swedish driver, making him lose more and more time each lap. But the situation at the front is getting interesting. Will Arnold try and put the spanner in the works of his teammate in the closing laps?
It could definitely happen as Victor Album's got past Kai Teresian now. It's not a very good race for Teresian as he's just losing position after position. As now the Danish Victor Album in the number 6 has got past him for P13. But he's got Ennis Paratsky 1.8 seconds up the road as Linus Timell is now on the back of the Williams of Nishtay. Can Timell get himself out of last place? It's been a pretty horrible race for Timell as well. I think, he's obviously been out-qualified by his teammates on a lot of occasions, I think, and it's probably not the season Timell was hoping for, honestly, but Arnold, as you did say, Kai, is actually catching up to Johansson here. Is Patel gonna try it? FG being a bit smart, at least defending the outside line. There's Patel's gonna try it again on FG, trying to make him crack under pressure, but FG does not fall for it. But I think Patel is eventually gonna get through. I think maybe we'll see, as Kulasek, who was actually able to get past Balanjolga there, is now on the back of the other Toro Rosso of Rahul Patel. So we could see if Kulasek is able to get Patel there for P9. Question is if Rahul is going to allow the other Renault of Kulasek to slip by. As Protsiuk has been all over the back of Lewis McIntyre for quite a few laps now, but he's not tried to move yet. So Protsiuk remains patient and tries to find a way past the British driver, as he's got quite a few guys behind there as well. Tomas Mandic, and then Rahul Patel there as well. But let's see the other Patel of Muhammad Patel, as he tries to get past FG. Has a bit of a look on the outside. FG defends the outside line, as Patel tries it there on the inside. But no,
it's very close to touching tyres there. Patel's still close though. He doesn't lose as much time as Serezny or Gamba, as we've seen before, trying to make those moves to the inside. But he's still not getting ahead of the cars. Now McIntyre is actually starting to pull away a bit from Protsiuk, as Mandic, Patel and Kulasek are creating this slight McIntyre train. Currently Protsiuk's train, but still, this might get very frisky near the end of the race, where drivers are definitely going to make a few more moves where it matters. Here we go though, Patel on the back of FG. He's gonna go to the inside over here. No, he covers behind. He doesn't go for it just yet, but he's right on the gearbox of that Ferrari. I think FG might have a few issues now, because he's going just really slowly. I don't understand. 13 seconds back.
It is very absurd, and I don't know what is happening to FG at the moment. But Patel, I don't quite know why he backed out of that. It looked like a perfectly fine opportunity to try and move for me, but I don't know. Maybe something happened, I guess. But let's see then. Ruslan Protsiuk, he looks to have a pretty good opportunity to try it on McIntyre. He's going to try it to turn 1. No, he does not. But Kulasek does try it on Balin Jolga, as I think. No, that's Jolga actually on Kulasek. So it's the other way around as Jolga tries to get his Toro Rosso back into the points, but they're side by side through the Reto Oposta down to the Cida del Lago. Jolga just about a car length ahead, but Kulasek's going to be have the inside line as Jolga, with far less powerful machinery, has to defend from the Renault Wojtek Kulasek as they head into Curva de la Rainha. Jolga on the inside. Kulasek, I think, is going to remain ahead.
Still try it here. He will have the outside line here. He's going to try and keep it side by side, but it is over. Yeah, it is pretty much over now. Great job from Kulasek defending that position. Also, another thing to notice, Graf has caught up to Arnold. But no, here we go. Jolga still trying to go on Kulasek here. Went for the outside line. That's going to cost him a bit of time as he ran out of road there. But yeah, look at this. Patel now onto FG once again. Once again, the inside line. Once again, he's going to cost even more time to the Swedish driver. Is just not looking. Actually, he got ahead for a second there, but it's no use. He doesn't.
I think he actually could maybe have a pretty good shot at trying to Cida del Lago. He looks very close to the gearbox of that Ferrari, though. Actually, no, I don't think he's going to try it. Yeah, no. He looks a bit closer that time, though. But yeah,
you didn't lose as much time on the exit as you would think. So I think as tire wear goes down, those moves into turn 1 are looking like a bit of a more of a possibility lap by lap.
That is true. Well, I mean, the front runners, the situation up at the top 6 has remained quite. Was that actually a lockup? Who was that? Was that McIntyre?
That was McIntyre. He fell to the pressure of Prociuk, who has been doing so pretty much for the whole race over here. And that was a big lockup. Now I think it was a double lockup there. A lot of smoke went up into the S. Now Mandic is right on the gearbox, nearly touching that Haas of Prociuk. So Ruslan, very lucky to not get hit on the rear.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Prociuk, I think got a bit scared by McIntyre locking up and had to brake to avoid going into the back of the Sauber. But yeah, as here's Mohamed Patel once again, looking very, very close to Miran Evji. He's looking closer and closer as the laps go by. Here's Prociuk and McIntyre on the inside, but Lewis is going to have to defend the outside line as they almost bang wheels there. But Prociuk remains ahead, or behind, but it might be Mandic who gets the P7 here as he goes side by side with the Russian Prociuk. This is for the championship battle as well, remember, as Mandic's going to be on the outside into the Cida del Lago. Turn 4, now turn 5, Mandic on the outside, he's got the inside line into Ferradura, turn 6, or is he actually just about a car length behind? No, he can't try it. Prociuk, beautiful defense from the Haas driver. As,
we can also see Kulasek, he tried to go for Patel over there on the outside, but it didn't work. But yeah, it is very nice defending from Prociuk over here. As, here we go, in the background, Kulasek once again trying to go, here he goes to the outside, he's not wasting any more time, he has to get through Patel, he has to do it now or never, pretty much side by side, Patel sliding on the curb. Oh, a bit wide there from Kulasek, still side by side, probably will be pushed wide. No, Patel leaves the space side by side on the main straight. Now DRS is going to be wide open here for both of those guys. Kulasek still on the outside now to the inside, very early on. He's trying to pick a line, he cannot decide really. He's switching from one lane to the other. Prociuk is going for a move that's not going to work. Same with Kulasek, side by side. Albeit Kulasek gets the job done, I think. No, he has not. Patel defends, but Kulasek is still going to be there. We also can see now Mandic, as there's a slide from Prociuk. He's really losing the car now. The pressure is kicking in for the Russian driver as he's going to defend from the Renault of Mandic. This is for P7 in the championship. Mandic gets a better run, though. He's going to mug Prociuk the same way he mugged him a lap ago, and that is Mandic ahead. And this is Mandic keeping his P7 in the championship. As we got Patel.
Oh, here's Patel on FG then, as he goes around the outside into turn 11, now on to Jun South, turn 12. Patel's going to be on the outside, slide from FG, and that's Patel ahead for P4. So good stuff from Al Patel. He remained patient, and he finally got ahead of Miran FG, as Rail Patel is now under pressure from his Toro Rosso teammate Balin Jolga. That's a slide from Wojtek Kulasek. He was able to catch that though, so good stuff from Kulasek. but that was a pretty scary moment for the Czech drivers. Mandic is all over the back of Lewis McIntyre now. Is he gonna try it on McIntyre for P6? As Mandic has really picked up the pace now on the inside of McIntyre. That's gonna work as Jolga is
trying to overtake his teammate. He gets squeezed onto the curb. And there we go. Mandic, he's actually going to try and make the move on the inside stick, and I think he's going to do it. I think this is Mandic, and then we can also see Kurasek in the background there trying to make a move. Mandic to the inside of McIntyre. It should be an easy move, and it is a move done. Mandic really picking up the pace here. I think Mandic saved the tyres and didn't overshoot them like the likes of Kurasek and Ruslan did. So he really played the game very well here, and it did benefit him in the long run. See we go, and that's now Albon to the inside, trying to do a double overtake, I think, on Sereznia and Prachki, but Prachki defends still side by side, and he goes for the double overtake here. Sereznia might be collateraled into this overtake of Albon's, but he is not, and Albon gets 14th, but no, actually why not? Prachki tries to go back at him, side by side, a McLaren driver trying to salvage this race for the British outfit. Still side by side, might get some shifting from Serezin over here. Gets the curb run nice and easy, still side by side. Prachki down to the apron, but doesn't get the good run, and out at the moment Albon is in the advantage on the outside, as we can see Gamba behind as well. Side by side further on, they nearly bang wheels, nearly contact there. Prachki squeezed onto the curbing, and at the moment this is done for him, as he gets a very poor run, and this is Franco Gamba's opportunity now to get into that P15. Gamba has been seen at 16 for a long time in this race. To the inside, he's ahead. Will he stay ahead? Will slight due to riding the curb there, still side by side. He is marginally ahead. The outside line is better here, and there we go, Franco Gamba to 15th. What a battle in the midfield here.
Yeah, that was great. We're seeing wonderful battles in the midfield, definitely. Ennis Prachki, though, I think he tried to bite off more than he could chew there, and that allowed Franco Gamba to get past it. Look at this train behind Lewis McIntyre, as Mandic just absolutely darted off after overtaking Lewis McIntyre. But McIntyre, I must say, in the Alfa Romeo Sauber, which is just far worse machinery than everyone else behind him, he's been defending really, really well from everyone. And I mean, defending from Thomas Mandic is a very, very hard task, and Mandic is obviously, you do not want to go against him in a duel for position, as Protzik is still trying to clear McIntyre's. That Kulasek, who was having a bit of a look on Rail Patel there for P9, as Kulasek split the two Toro Rossos apart. But this battle is still going on, as I just realized we're on lap 30 out of 31. It's 2 laps remaining just about in this Brazilian Grand Prix.
Yeah, and if you look at the top, Johansson has absolutely bolted away from Arnold and Graf. Arnold 3.2 seconds behind his teammate, Graf 2.2 behind Arnold. It's over, I think. I think it's safe to say it's over. Well, actually, it's not over when until it is over, but judging things by now, it is over as Johansson starts the final lap. As here we go, Kurasek now side by side with Patel. He's going to try and on the outside, the Toro Rosso on the inside, and I think it is Toro Rosso of Patel who's got the move, as he tries to go also on the Haas of Ruslan. It did not work. Kurasek gets the good run, squeezes the Toro Rosso, and he might dive it onto the Haas. He tries it, but brakes quickly enough to avoid a possible collision, which is obviously not what we want, and nor the team nor he wants, especially since the Renault has had a pretty good race over here. Arnold catching up a bit to his teammate, but it is no use. Scholga now to the inside of his teammate. Patel dropping down the field like a stone in water, as he squeezes his teammate on the inside curb, but it's not.
The question is, where is there's Kurasek side by side, but where's Jesper Johansson, may I wonder?
He's entering the final corner right now.
There he is then, Jesper Johansson, the man from Sweden. It's been an absolutely fantastic season that will definitely go down in the history of the ACOC. But it will go Swedish in 2018, as Jesper Johansson from Sweden is 2018 champion, as he will cross the line to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. Dennis Grov's done everything he can today, but he will come home P3. Alfred Klaus with a DNF. It's ended in tears for the Swedish driver. But it's gonna be Jesper Johansson who is champion of the ACOC 2018. And
that is quite a ride. I mean, this is how you win a title. You do it in a dominant fashion. He absolutely dominated the field in Mexico, as you said, 10 seconds in front of the rest of the field. And then, well, I mean, P2, and now 3 seconds in front of his teammate. He's dominated every single lap in this race. This is how you show that you are a champion. What a ride from Jesper Johansson. What a deserved title. And constructors-wise, I think it has gone to Mercedes.
Yeah, so it is a Mercedes driver and the Mercedes team who take the driver and constructors crown for the first time in the ACOC. But that is it. Let's go through the final classifications then of the Brazilian Grand Prix. It is Jesper Johansson, our newly crowned 2018 champion, who takes the race win alongside with the fastest lap and the pole, so the trifecta for Jesper Johansson, as Alexander Arnold finishes a great P2. He's done really, really well today, and he should be proud of that one. Dennis Groff, though, P3, probably must be a bit disappointed, but he did everything he could today, as Mohamed Patel finishes P4, was just able to get past Miran Evji in P5 there. Thomas Mandic finishes P6, and Wojciech Kulasek was actually just able to get past Lewis McIntyre and Ruslan Protsiuk. So good stuff from Kulasek on the last lap there. McIntyre finishes P8, still a pretty good result from the Sauber, as Protsiuk is P9 in his final race, as we bid farewell to Ruslan Protsiuk and his wonderful 2 years that we've had him in the ACOC. He will definitely be missed by everyone here, as Rail Patel is P10. I'll let you take the rest.
And then we have Scholga in 11th. Decent result nonetheless. He was in the scrap for points this whole race. Sadly, he didn't manage to get it. Mika Sink, I think that's my pick for driver of the day. Very nice push through the field. Clean overtakes. Very nice job from the Sauber driver. Then we have Sereznia. Racing points just did not look good today. We have Albon. Franco Gamba managed to pick up at least one spot more. Parachkin, not the race McLaren wanted here, most likely. Sasznicki, I mean, it is a Williams. It's still not the worst position. It could have ended up obviously gaining positions on drivers that retired, but keeping ahead of at least one car is still a good result, as that's Linus Timmel in the last place. Unlucky, I'd say. Just the McLarens did not seem to have pace today to at least fight. At least his car did not seem to have the pace. As now I'm doing the calculations to confirm the constructor's situation. So give me a second. But I believe... Hold on. Am I doing this correctly? Miran, you can take over. I'll be back in a few seconds. A second.
Well, yeah, the two non-finishers are Alfred Klaus. What a shame for him, honestly. I think he definitely must be frustrated with that one. As Josef Suto is P20, who also DNF'd there.
Okay, so I have done my calculations, and if they are right, Ferrari will take the title by 3.5 points.
So yeah, that is actually pretty interesting. But that is it for the 2018 season. It's done. Thank you so much for watching the Brazilian Grand Prix. Special thank you to our lovely host Turtle for sticking with us throughout the entire season. Congratulations to the race winner and our newly crowned world champion Jesper Johansson, Alexander Arnold, and then Dennis Groff for rounding out the podium. Thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you to our lovely commentators, Kai, Alfred, Alex, and then Rowan, for sticking with us this entire season. And finally, thank you for watching and sticking with us this entire season. And that is the ACOC 2018 season done. We will see you when the ACOC returns for the first round of the 2019 ACOC season at Australia. I've been Miran FG. Do you have any words? Do you have any words for the viewers?
You know what? I hope that we will have an even better season in 2019, and I have to thank you guys for keeping this whole thing active. It's an amazing offline championship, and I'm really glad that Turtle and the whole and Miran and the whole staff team is keeping this thing going, because it is honestly quite a ride. I'm so glad that I've been invited to commentate for you guys, and yeah, let's hope for an even better season next time out.
Yeah, definitely.
See you for round 1.
Yeah. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking with us this entire season. We will see you when the ACOC returns for 2019. And now I think it is time for us to enjoy our season break, and we will see you when the ACOC returns for 2019. Goodbye.